All right then, so now let's start working on this right side section. So in this case, for that, I'm gonna use any images. So let's search for Pixabay, and then I'm just going to say office cushion. And okay, let me choose this one. Copy the image address. This is the division it's been completing. Div, class name, width of course full, height of course full, flex column, item center, justify everything in the center, gap it's going to be 6. Then here I'm going to bring the image, display that image. All right, so for this division I'm going to wrap this class name, width of course full, height of course it's going to be width is going to be 3/4, height it's going to be 3/4, and image. Class name, width full, height full, object cover. Okay, so height, we need to fix the height. So for this height, I'm gonna bring it as 400 pixels. That's the height that we are going to do. Okay, I think height, the 400 pixels, it's more than enough. For this, I'm gonna make this as rounded LG and BG white slash 50 percentage. Then padding of course it's going to be 2. Now you should be able to see that shade. Okay, then for this is going to be position as a relative position. Then inside here dot div, for this it's going to be absolute bottom 0, and width it's going to be 3/4, height it's going to be 3/4, border it's going to be 2, border white 50 percentage. Now we should be able to see that. I think we need to increase the border a little bit as 6, and of course we need to make it rounded LG. Okay, and let's keep it as 0, and from the left it's going to be 5 or 8, 12, 16. I think 16 is pretty much enough, and bottom of course it's going to be 16. Oops, that's too much. 8. Yep, I think that's 8 is more than enough. All right, so this is how it looks. Then right after that we need to bring this one, which is coming right after this section. So that is going to be div class name, class, that's width of course it's going to take the 3/4 of the width, padding it's going to be 4, rounded LG BG white. Let's see how does it looks. That's how it looks. 1/2. Okay, so then I think 3/4, then 3/4, because already that it's taking 3/4, then let's do it 1/2. I think that is pretty much enough. 1/2, I think that's more than enough. Then inside here, first I need to bring an image. For that I need to choose an image, office or something like that. Let me choose person, search for a person. What is the image they do have over here? Person with book. With book. Okay, I'll choose this one. Copy the image address. Let's get back over here. Paste it. And for this class width, of course, it's going to be 10, 10, rounded full, object cover. Save it. We should be able to see that. Even 10 is also pretty much big. Let's get back to 8 then. Okay, perfect. Then for this div image, and here I need to bring the h2 tag, and for that I'm going to type myself my name with Ravi, and for that I'm going to say class name flex item center, justify everything in the center, gap it's going to be 2, so that will comes in a very straight line. And width, of course, it should full. And here I'm going to have a text called following, and that needs to be all the way to the to the end. Class name ml auto. Okay, that's how it looks. And for this text sm, it should be very small size, something like that. Okay, and I think this dot is not necessary. Maybe we can have the dot over here. All right, so then I think we have an image at the right hand side. Yes. This is supposed to be over here as a span tag following, just like that. And for this class name, that needs to be text sm. Yes, something like that. Then for this division, this needs to be on the starting point, so it will be on the starting point. And for this, it's need to be flex item center, justify everything will be between, gap it's going to be 2. Then I need to bring an image, so I'm gonna bring that image exactly right over here. We have that image over there, but that image this time, this is going to be 20 instead of full. This is going to be LG, something like that. I think instead of 2020, let's keep it as 14, then 12. I think that would be more preferable. Yes, that would be more fine. Then these two also, I need to wrap this again inside one more division, because right after here I need to bring a paragraph tag where it's going to display, can you pass the Apple Orange interview at, something like that. Let's say Laura. I'm gonna delete until this. Class name text xs, literally small, until this also needs to be deleted. And for this px, padding left it's going to be 3, and padding top it's going to be 2. Save this. And for this class name flex item start, justify everything on the start, gap it's going to be 2, and flex column. I think that is pretty much enough. I think so. And I think I need to increase this height a little bit. 16. Yep, that's good. So now we have that division. So I'm going to copy this division and I'm going to paste it one more time. So we have two different one, but this time this division it's going to be scale of 90 percentage. This is should be 1/4. Okay, see now the 90 percentage of the scale effect is taking, let's bring it 80 then. 75. It will be reduced to the scale level of 75 percentage of the original width. Then I need to increase the height minus margin top. It's going to be 12. Okay, let's see that. Okay, we need to do not 12. It's not necessary. 10 would be appropriate. Then 8. So these things are just trial and error. You can just play around with these options until you feel satisfied how does it looks. Okay, and I need to have some shadow effects as well as shadow medium. Okay, that's good. And I need to add the shadow effects for this as well as shadow medium. All right, so this needs to be moved a little bit top. And this needs to be on the top of the layer, just like that. So this should be 16. So the z index will brings on the top of the layer of every object. So now we achieve the same design, just exactly the same what it do have. Okay, so the home page, the home screen, the landing screen of the home, this one is completed. And now let's move on to the next section where they are displaying the company names and the company images and everything. And that's what we are going to do next. And let's check it out whether it is responsive or not. Of course it is responsive, and it's completely responsive, right? So we need to adjust this width. Let's make this from the medium devices onwards. It should looks like that. And this should be for the medium devices onwards. Okay, and this padding, of course we need to have some padding in it. All right, so now I think this is pretty much enough. Perfect. So that's completely responsive and that's looking awesome. Cool. So now let's go ahead and start working on that particular section. So this section is completely done. Let's minimize it and let's come to the company section. And that is the place where we are going to work on this company section.